Listen at 610 AM, 102 FM.
I listen, therefore I know.
Online at kvnutalk.com and on the KVNU mobile app.
I listen on the app.
KVNU News Time is 5:05. I'm Bill Walter with this news update brought to you by the Duck Hunter. A judge has refused to block the testimony of a woman who claims her 65-year-old husband told her he was going to kill a Minden family in their home last year. The decision is a blow for the defense of Charles W. Leff, who had argued the woman should be prohibited from testifying because the conversations were made in private. The decision from Judge Brian Cannell came during an hour-long hearing in First District Court Wednesday afternoon. It was held in advance of the attempted murder trial scheduled to begin August 23rd. Prosecutors allege Leff angrily left his Perry home on the morning of January 24th, 2020, and drove to Minden with the plan to kill several family members. He told his wife that he had become enraged that he couldn't see his grandchildren and was going to murder them. He then packed a suitcase with medication, grabbed 4 firearms, and told her that she would never see him again. Cache County Sheriff's deputies conducted a traffic stop and took the suspect into custody without incident. Leff admitted to packing a suitcase with clothing, medications, and 4 handguns. He told deputies he was leaving the area to live in Oregon and took the firearms so his wife wouldn't have access to the guns. Defense attorney Ryan Holdaway had filed a motion to prohibit Leff's wife from testifying during the 4-day trial. He said state law barred the testimony because it was private dialogue between spouses and did not specifically describe the defendant's intent to kill the victims. But Judge Cannell disagreed and said the woman would be allowed to testify. He explained the threat seemed to be direct and descriptive enough to show the defendant's intentions. KVNU News Time is 5:07. KVNU weather for tonight, partly cloudy skies is our forecast. And the overnight low tonight in the upper 50s, and then a sunny, hot mid-90s tomorrow. It's been to 92. It's 92 degrees right now at KVNU. KVNU weather is brought to you by CBD7. CBD7 is full-spectrum water-soluble CBD and features the highest absorbing CBD formula on the market. Try several delicious flavors that are completely natural. Order CBD7 online or look for the big pink CBD7 sign at 473 South Main in Logan.
My friend John Hansen at the Duck Hunter has constantly educated you about the need for ductwork cleaning in your home. But what about your cabin or summer home outside the valley? You need that home's ductwork cleaned too. With high pollen counts in the mountains, dust always in the wind, and road construction ever present, the old adage of out of sight, out of mind is bad. Give the Duck Hunter a call at 770-4813 to clean out those dirty ducts in your summer home.
We are the Duck Hunter. Breathe better, save money, protect your home. We are the Duck Hunter.
KVNU News Time is 5:08. The official opening of a new Cache County trailhead is scheduled for today. That ribbon cutting actually for the Murray Farm Trailhead south of Wellsville on National Forest System land. It happened at 9 o'clock this morning, according to Carly Lanch, the Regional Trail and Active Transportation Coordinator for Cache County. The new trailhead, located at 800 South, has 12 parking stalls and 8 trailer parking spaces plus a restroom. Lanch explains the trailhead connects non-motorized users to the narrow and wide canyon trails as well as the Wellsville Ridge Trail. The trailhead was constructed by the Cache County Road Department on property adjacent to the Wellsville Mountain Wilderness. According to a county press release, the 603-acre property was originally purchased from Dean and Allison Murray in 2005 with a grant from the State Land and Water Conservation Fund. The purpose of that land acquisition was to conserve open space, protect wildlife habitat, and secure future public access to the adjacent wildlife area. And nearly 100 boats have been pulled out of the Great Salt Lake Park Marina near Salt Air because of the low water levels brought on by the extreme drought. The lake has shrunk to just above its lowest point reached in 1963 of 4,191.3 feet above sea level. Conversely, its high was 4,211 in 1987. Part of the marina was dredged years ago, but even that has become too shallow for most boats now. KBNU News Time is 5:10. For more details on these and other stories, visit CashValleyDaily.com.
Dave Ramsey from 6 till 9 on News Talk KVNU 102 FM and 610 AM.
If you think it's expensive to hire a professional, just wait until you hire an amateur.
Why the heck is the roof leaking? Larry, you said you got it fixed.
I thought it was fixed, Donna. Everything was fine until it started raining.
Larry, that's the point of fixing the roof, is so we can actually live here when it's stormy outside.
This is David with Roof Rescue. Our experienced roofing team is tried and true and will fix your roof guaranteed. Visit roofrescueusa.com to schedule your free roof inspection. Roof Rescue, providing watertight peace of mind.
Okay, Cash Valley, it's time to cash in your mad money at Anderson's Seed and Garden. You've been saving all spring for this sale. Don't miss it. Mad Money is redeemable now through Saturday. Use it or lose it. Spend it on flowers or trees, home decor or wind chimes, and fertilizer or sprays. Watch for additional discounts and bonus Mad Money coupons. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Anderson's Seed and Garden, 69 West Center, Logan.
Loveland Living Planet Aquarium takes us outside our everyday lives, into a world of discovery. It's a chance to explore our innate curiosity, discover animals from around the world, and experience the all-new outdoor plaza and eco. More to explore at Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. Reserve your visit at thelivingplanet.com.
Imagine your wedding day. Elegant, simple, yet stunning, stress-free. It's your day. It's all about you. Whether you're looking for small and simple or have a grander idea, the Riverwoods Conference Center will accommodate your every need. Choose the inside ballroom elegance or outside along the natural decor of the beautiful Logan River. A Riverwoods event planner will work personally with you to make sure your event is exactly how you've envisioned it. The Riverwoods Conference Center, where your happily ever after begins. Google Riverwoods Conference Center or call 750-5151.
He's cared and watched out for you your entire life, even taught you how to catch a fish and swing a bat. But now that he's in his senior years, it's your turn to care for Dad. Giving your aging loved one the attention he or she needs can be challenging, which is why there's Legacy House of Logan. From bathing and dressing to help with medicine, cooking, and housekeeping, Legacy House of Logan is your extra set of hands with an extra gentle touch on 1400 North in Logan and online at legacylogan.com.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People, Hour 2 of today's show, Thursday, July 15th. I'm Jason Williams, Bill Walter in the studio as well. And my fault, not his. We've had to rearrange the hours today for our theater hour with Charlie Schill. Charlie writes for CashValleyDaily.com. You can read his news stories there on a daily basis. But he also is a fan of the theater, also a person that's had a lot of personal experience in the theater. So he is a resident expert, if you will, on the arts here in Cache Valley. You can read his reviews also on a regular basis at CashValleyDaily.com. And Charlie joins us once a week here on the show, similar to the For the People movie show, but with a little class. I said that to the movie show guy last week, so he authorized me to repeat that. But yeah, this is just, it's fun to highlight something we all take for granted and assume happens in every community in the state, and it definitely doesn't, but our access to so many different entertainment options here in Cache Valley outside of those movie theaters, the theater, arts in general. And so Charlie here with us this week again to talk about exactly that. And Charlie, I know you've got new stuff that you've seen. We left off we left off at 2 openings into the full set of the Utah Festival Opera. So plenty to talk about. And we also have this listener suggested topic for us today, which I'll set up, but we can get to it anytime you'd like. It's your hour. Listener emailed in after the show recently and said, I'd love to hear from Charlie on what are the top 5 must-sees this summer. If I can only get out to say 5 things, maybe even only 3 things, what are the ones that I absolutely should not miss? And Charlie said he was up to that challenge. He spent the last week putting the list together. And Charlie, hello.
Didn't take a week to put the list together.
Thought about it for a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, particularly after the 3 openings for Utah Festival Opera over the weekend.
Oh, that's right. They have 5 total.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I was thinking 4. Yes.
4 are continuing shows. One was a one-shot deal, the Mozart Requiem last Saturday afternoon.
That's right.
Top 5, though. Just for pure fun, you shouldn't miss the 2 shows over at Pickleville Playhouse. How to Be a Bonafide Bad Guy and Peter Pan. They're great shows. They're well worth the drive up Logan Canyon to Bear Lake, and they're just fun. You can't tell who's having more fun, the cast or the audience.
That's always a cool experience.
It is. It's very infectious when the cast is just, wound up tight and having a good time. For drama, I'd go with All the Way from Lyric Repertory Company. That's a show with Richie Call on stage portraying Lyndon Baines Johnson, surrounded by video screens and video segments playing digitally behind him. And
fascinating.
It's a great show to see.
I remember when we first talked about that production, when you'd first seen it. I'm still stuck on this. What that would be like to be that person on the stage, interacting with these, purely visual, these video clips, but you are acting. You're playing a role in this, basically this story that's unfolding in video clips. That to me is just so intriguing to do it that way.
And he's on stage for the entire show. Not a break. Something goes wrong. He's there all by himself.
Oh, man. No pressure. No pressure.
No. Richie handles it beautifully. It's a great show.
Now, that's playing throughout the summer as well, right?
It plays till the end of this month.
End of July. Okay. That's one of my, a little tangent here, one of my regrets about the Cache Valley season, and I understand there are reasons for this, but I wish we could actually expand things a bit, the theater runs here in Cache Valley throughout the entire summer.
Well, what do you call it? They're planning on trying to do lyric shows throughout the year.
Oh.
That's going to start
interesting.
with A Christmas Carol in December. First time they've ever done a Christmas show.
Oh, wow.
What we're expecting to see at Christmas this year will be the Four Seasons Theater Company coming back out and doing one of their Christmas shows.
Oh, yeah.
They normally do A Christmas Carol or White Christmas or something Christmas related. Pickleville will bring one of their Juanito Bandito shows in.
Which is always fun.
I believe the show this year is going to be called I Believe in Christmas.
Okay.
And that will perform here for a couple nights at the Eccles and then move to Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And there'll be the lyric show. So it's going to be a busy Christmas for us.
I really think we could support a longer theater season. I understand why no one wants to be the first one to experiment and see if, but I really think we could. And sorry, I interrupted your top 5 discussion there, but that's just been on my mind as I see these end dates, July 31st. What about August? There's still people here. Summer Citizens don't leave till at least Labor Day, right?
That's correct, for the most part.
So,
but there's still going to be shows going on in August.
New stuff, right?
Nonsense that will be performed by Music Theater West. Will run late in July, starting on the 23rd. And Spamalot, produced by the Cache Valley Theater Company, will start in mid-August.
This is that's going to be a fun one to see the Cache Valley reaction to.
Yeah,
because a bit different than what we normally get, but from what I've read and heard, just hilarious.
A bit risque for our audiences, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays.
That will be interesting. And anyone even remotely familiar with Monty Python and their type of comedy, that's basically what you should expect. But this is a theater. I mean, this is a story, a narrative production. And, I haven't seen it myself, but I know people rave reviews. But it'll be interesting to see how it lands in Cache Valley, to say the least. This is, let's see, I think I interrupted you. You'd only gotten through three of your top five. On the other side of the break, can we round it out?
Sure.
All right. Talking listener-requested topic here with our good friend Charlie Schill in studio from CacheValleyDaily.com. Charlie talking theater with us this hour. And a listener had asked, what are the top five? If I can only get out to a handful this summer, what should I not miss? We've gotten through three of the five. Two more right after this here on KVN News for the People.
Attention homeowners! You may have noticed the ground shift after your foundation has been poured, causing your house to sink or settle. Protect your investment from issues before they happen. Polylift Concrete Raising and Piering will stabilize, lift, and eliminate further settling by using Magnum Piering products to save you big money down the road. Polylift Concrete Raising and Piering are the foundation lifting experts. Visit poly-lift.com to schedule your free assessment or call or text 435-999-9309. Polylift is locally owned and operated.
Oh, little piggy! Let me in or I'll blow this building down!
Nice try, Wolfie, but this here building's made from steel.
All right then, here goes! Gosh, that didn't work.
A building from Northern Steel Buildings will keep out the big bad wolf, and they don't break the piggy bank. Visit northernsteelbuildings.com to see their quality work or call 435-677-7300. Northern Steel Buildings. Value from concept to construction.
You've been putting up with a dirty, dusty wood stove for years. Why haven't you changed it? Go to Advanced Fireplace and Stove in Logan. Look through their showroom for ideas on Quadra-Fire pellet and wood stoves and Heat and Glow gas fireplaces. They have several demos in place so you can see firsthand how your project will look. And you can trust the pros at Advanced Fireplace and Stove. They'll do the job right. Advanced Fireplace and Stove. 752-7272. Online at advancedfireplaceandstove.com.
Did you get a landscape plan and now wonder what's next? You need Canyon Landscaping. They can build any plan into a signature landscape. Since 1999, their team has viewed educating clients as a crucial part of every project. This ensures customers get the best finished landscape for their specific site. No two sites are the same, so be sure to come to the experts with expertise and knowledge of delivering on any landscape plan. Call 752-3838 or go to canyonlandscaping.com. Canyon Landscaping. Look for the leaf.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Friday on This Morning, America's First News, the latest on the western wildfires, plus how massive flight delays and cancellations are prompting finger-pointing. Hear what the airlines are blaming. Also, with inflation on the rise, hear how we're paying more as grocers, food makers, and restaurants make up for higher costs, and the best and worst ways to spend your child tax credit. Friday on This Morning, America's First News. From 4 to 6 on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM and 102 FM. Your station for news and talk.
Welcome back to KVN News for the People. Good friend Charlie Schill joining us here in studio. You can read Charlie's work, news stories on a daily basis at CacheValleyDaily.com, and on a regular basis, reviews of theater productions here in Cache Valley that really will pique your interest and hopefully encourage you to add this to your weekend lineup of entertainment, because there are a lot of options here in Cache Valley. In fact, that's the reason Charlie and I decided this would be a fun segment for the People. I wanted to kind of class the place up a little bit, and Charlie is out seeing these productions and himself wants to get people excited about them. So hope that's having that effect on you. One listener was inspired by these Thursday segments and emailed in, asked if we could ask Charlie to run through the top 5. It said, if I can only get out to a handful this summer of theater productions here in the Valley, what are the do not miss productions? And so Charlie running through these. We've gotten through 3 of them so far, which we have. So both of the Pickleville productions you put on there just for a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this LBJ, I still am just amazed by this. Every time I think about it. A production of actual history, an actual period of recent history that is done with one actor on stage surrounded by actual video from the time, and he's acting with that video. Just amazing to me. And that's where we left off.
Okay. And these are in no particular order, these 5. I'm just saying these are good shows.
These are the ones to not miss.
Shouldn't miss the Fantastics.
Okay.
Full disclosure, I'm an absolute sucker for the Fantastics. I've never seen a production of the show that I didn't like, and this one's no exception. It's just a great show. Vanessa Ballum, her voice is so strong that she could blow everybody else off that stage if she wanted to.
Oh, wow.
But that's not a problem here. She and Lee Daly and Kurt Olds and Stefan Espinoza just do beautiful harmonies throughout this production. It's just a great show. It's an old-fashioned show.
Sure.
But it's fun and great music and very simple.
And is this in the? I don't really know when something becomes a part of this genre, but is this officially now in the classics genre? It should be, right?
Oh, absolutely. The show ran for 42 years, 17,000 performances at the Sullivan Street Playhouse off Broadway.
Yeah.
From 1960 to 2002. And then they revived it, and it ran for another 4,000 performances, and the only thing that shut it down was the coronavirus in 2020.
Wow.
It is the most performed. It has the record for performances of any type of theatrical production in American theatrical history.
Wow, that is, and this is. I'm trying to click as quickly as I can here. Their website being a bit slow. By the way, for listeners, if you want to see the schedule, utahfestival.org. But that is playing throughout July, and so the next time someone could get in to see that would be, here it comes.
I think tomorrow night.
That's right. Tomorrow night at 7:30, then again on the 20th, the 24th, 28th, 30th, and the 31st itself. You can see the Fantastics. None of those shows sold out, but looking at some of the seating here, you might not want to put it off.
That's true for those Pickleville shows as well.
Sure, small venue, right?
Small venue, only about 300 seats. Their demand for tickets was so strong, they just added 7 more performances.
Wow.
Today.
Now, that's interesting. I wonder if that has something to do with last year. You know,
Well, yeah. If you were over there last year, and I was to see a couple shows that they did one show last year.
That's right.
Of all the places I've traveled in Utah, Bear Lake was less affected by the coronavirus than any place else.
I've heard that from
people
from
were
a few
determined
people.
to have fun, and they went ahead and had it.
With the theory that, like, look, we're outdoors mostly.
Yes, that's right. Okay, final show that you got to see, and this surprised even me, is Souvenir from the Festival Opera.
Really? This. I remember you said last week you didn't have any expectations
I
when
had
you went
no
into this
idea
one.
what I was walking in to see, but it's an absolutely hilarious show. You just fall in love with it.
The story on this one intrigues me, especially that it's based on an actual real life person. But hearing your description of the plot, your summary of the plot last week, this woman was not great as a singer, but somehow became this. Everyone wanted to see her succeed.
She was,
even though they were kind of mocking her.
No. They didn't want to see her succeed. That was the joke.
They wanted to see her in a spotlight.
Everybody was in on the joke except this poor woman.
It amazes
Everybody
me.
knew that she was horrible, utterly horrible. But, she sold out Madison Square Garden.
That is...
Oh, pardon me, Carnegie Hall, not Madison Square Garden.
Still, though, selling that out, and the whole thing's kind of a joke that, like you said, that the artist isn't in on. It's fascinating.
I'm from New York. I can say this. It's the kind of snide upper crust joke that New Yorkers would think, oh, aren't we clever? We're in on this, and this poor woman isn't.
Okay, I can understand that, I guess.
And somebody's going to burn a cross on my front lawn over that.
But I get that a little bit, because we have that same thing. It happens in Park City here, but I get it. That's to me, it's just a fascinating story. And then the one other element that really intrigues me about Souvenir that you mentioned last week as well is the fact that you have this person, this actor. She's an excellent singer in real life. And she has to intentionally be bad throughout this production, and I think that would be really challenging.
I believe you 100%. I think hats off to Joy Hermelin.
That's amazing.
That's got to be the toughest thing in the world. To come out on stage, you're a consummate performer. You have a gorgeous voice. She sings. At the end of the show, she sings Ave Maria in her regular voice, and it's gorgeous. And to come out on stage, and the climax of the show is recreating her Carnegie Hall concert. And it's just awful.
That is just so great. It's fascinating to me, and this is one that's on my list, my do not miss list. For listeners, again, the shows run until July 31st in the case of the Utah Festival Opera Productions. More info at utahfestival.org on buying tickets there, and then Pickleville through. Actually, when Pickleville wraps up,
Pickleville runs. Peter Pan will end in August, late August.
Okay.
And Bonafide Bad Guy runs till September.
Okay.
So there's plenty of time to get over there.
Very nice. I'm excited about this. And the LBJ production, I've forgotten.
That's through the end of July.
End of July as well. Okay. And listeners, I've linked to all of these various websites where you get tickets to Charlie's 5 Do Not Miss list for the summer productions this year, and that is on our Facebook page. We'll be back on the other side of the news. We'll keep things going. Charlie Schill of CashValleyDaily.com joining us this hour to talk theater in Cache Valley. You're always welcome to join us if you have a question or a comment. 753-5868. More with our good friend Charlie Schill here in studio right after these headlines with KVNU's Bill Walter.
Thank you, Jason. KVNU News Time is 5:33. News brought to you by Cache Valley Pharmacy. A 32-year-old man has been sentenced to more time in prison for strangling a woman and stealing a car last summer. Peter J. Duffy, who is currently serving a prison term on a separate case, was given the maximum sentence after a judge expressed concern with his criminal history. Duffy was sentenced during a virtual hearing in First District Court Wednesday morning. He had previously accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to one count of theft, a third-degree felony, and attempted aggravated assault, a Class A misdemeanor. In August, Duffy took a friend's car without permission. He drove the vehicle at a high rate of speed, rolling and totaling it. No other vehicles were involved in the crash. Days later, Duffy got into an argument with a woman about drugs when she didn't have any to give him. The defendant tried to strangle her. The victim suffered minor injuries. Cache County Deputy Attorney Barbara Lackmar said Duffy was a menace to society and had left a trail of crime after coming to the Valley last August. She asked for the harshest penalty possible. Judge Brian Cannell agreed that Duffy's past criminal actions were concerning. He expressed the need to protect the public and sentenced the defendant to 0 to 5 years in prison. Nearly 700 new positive coronavirus cases were reported today by the Utah Department of Health, as Utah Governor Spencer Cox emphasized again during his monthly press briefing that the key to slowing the growing case counts is vaccinating more Utahns.
I'm grateful that President Trump got the vaccine. I mean, those are things that I think we should be saying. But I don't think we can take credit for getting the vaccine and then tell people that there's something wrong with the vaccine and you shouldn't be getting it. That just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's ridiculous what's happening. I mean, we have we have these talking heads who have gotten the vaccine and are telling other people not to get the vaccine. That kind of stuff is it's ridiculous. It's dangerous. It's damaging, and it's killing people.
The governor said stories are growing across Utah about unvaccinated people who are contracting the disease.
We just keep pleading and asking people. We know why the cases are going up. We know why hospitalizations are going up, and it's just because we need more people to get vaccinated. And I promise you the disease is worse than the vaccine. I can't make it more clear than that. The disease is far worse than the vaccine.
So the total number of cases reported by UDOH, 693 new cases, bringing the total number in the state since the pandemic began, almost 422,000. Meanwhile, Bear River Health Department reporting 17 new cases since yesterday, bringing that to a total of 22,588 residents of Cache, Box Elder, and Rich counties that have had the virus. And Idaho's Republican lieutenant governor says state lawmakers and GOP Governor Brad Little are failing residents by not preventing employers from requiring workers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. At a news conference today, Janice McKeegan repeated her request to reconvene the legislature to pass the ban. McGeekin, who is running for governor, also faulted the executive branch without naming Little. The three large health care providers announced policies last week requiring employees to get COVID-19 vaccinations. Republican leaders in the House and Senate have been non-committal about reconvening the legislature amid concerns that the government should generally not interfere with work requirements of private businesses. KBNU News Time is 5:37.
This is Phil with Cache Valley Pharmacy. We love being in Cache Valley and want to thank you for your support. Cache Valley Pharmacy features the best prices in the valley, and as always, free delivery. If you're in the market for prescriptions, check first with Cache Valley Pharmacy for the absolute best prices, especially on compounds and insulin. We've been doing pharmacy better than anyone else in the valley with free delivery valley-wide for the last 19 years. Cache Valley Pharmacy, the pharmacy delivery experts. Order your prescriptions online at cachevalleypharmacy.com.
KBNU weather. Kind of windy all of a sudden in parts of the valley here on the west side of Logan. Looks like outflow from a nearby thunderstorm, but partly cloudy is the forecast for tonight. Overnight low in the upper 50s, and then sunny mid-90s tomorrow, mid-90s on Saturday. We've been to 92. Right now, it is 85 degrees at KBNU. KBNU weather brought to you by Northern Steel Buildings. Work with their Cache Valley team to build a stronger, more durable, long-lasting structure for your needs. Visit northernsteelbuilding.com. Call 435-677-7300. For more details on these and other stories, visit CashValleyDaily.com.
Pristine wilderness can still be found in the West, where creeks run freely and historic apple trees still bear fruit. Maple Creek Ranch features breathtaking canyon views and opportunities for real estate development. 2.5-acre lots are now available with adjacent wilderness areas that provide endless riding and recreational possibilities. So find your piece of paradise just 35 minutes from Logan at Maple Creek Ranch. Schedule your appointment online at maplecreekranch.net.
As the summer's war against weeds and pests rages on, a new bug threat starts hopping around, destroying garden plants and flowers. Luckily, you are ready for them with Logan Extermination's Perimeter Grasshopper Control. It's like a minefield for the minute menace.
Good job, men. Another bug bites the dirt. Let's regroup before the next wave hits.
They do what they are trained to do. Strike terror into termites, bash the bed bugs, and cook the cockroaches. Remember the brave men and women at Logan Extermination. Call 752-8450.
Prices start at only $65.
The American Festival Chorus and Orchestra bring to life the powerful Mozart Requiem, July 10th at 1 p.m. in the Ellen Eccles Theater. This magnificent work will take you on an emotional journey that ends with hope and healing, comfort and peace. Dr. Craig Jessup and the American Festival Chorus are gifting all proceeds to Utah Festival Opera and Musical Theater. Come and be inspired. UtahFestival.org, UtahFestival.org.
Welcome back to KVN News for the People. I'm Jason Williams, Bill Walter in the studio, and our good friend Charlie Schill from CashValleyDaily.com joining us to talk theater in Cache Valley. Charlie joins us every Thursday, usually at 4 o'clock, this week at 5. My fault, not his. And you can also read Charlie on a daily basis, read his news stories at CashValleyDaily.com, and on a regular basis, his theater reviews there as well. And that's what he's here in the studio. We started the hour with a listener request from Charlie that he run through the 5 must-sees from this summer. And if you missed that, well, of course, you can listen to the podcast tomorrow at kvnutalk.com. And Charlie, we left off, I was thinking, as we parted ways last Thursday, there were still 3 Utah Festival Opera openings that we hadn't gotten to yet, that hadn't taken place yet. And then more has happened even, just kind of highlighting again what I say promoting this hour each week, that there's never a shortage of things to talk to you about.
Well, yeah, and I wish that listener had asked for the top 10, because then I could gush about all of the
shows. It'd be easier.
Yeah.
Have you seen a bad one yet? Have you seen one yet that you would recommend people avoid?
No.
Okay.
No, that doesn't happen in Cache Valley.
That's true.
You're far more likely to see a touring show come through that you don't like than one that one of our local companies produces. One of the shows that I shouldn't fail to talk about is 33 Variations by the Festival Opera. That's the one with Michael Ballum playing Beethoven in flashbacks. The play is actually set in the present day. It's not the kind of show that you're going to fall in love with, like Souvenir.
Okay.
But it's very intelligent, brilliantly written, brilliantly performed. It's a great show. It's a complex show. It has very serious subject matter. It's about a mother and daughter reconciling to the fact that the mother is dying of a degenerative disease.
Okay.
And at the same time, she's determined to carry out this last scholarly investigation into why Mozart wrote 33 musical variations on a fairly modest waltz.
And this is a real mystery that has plagued, well, maybe plague's not the right word, but I'm sure countless dissertations have been written on this.
Absolutely.
But music historians have even written volumes about this. Why why did this, at the time, already successful person do this? This almost unheard of piece of music, and then wrote 33. Yeah,
Ballum plays Beethoven as a person who's a little obsessed with this particular project, just like the music historian in the present day is obsessed. They're both racing against time. Beethoven's going deaf.
Yeah.
The present day music historian is dying, and they both need to solve this puzzle before they run out of time.
Oh wow, this is so far more serious subject matter.
Yes, but it's a challenging show. Vanessa Ballum and Susan Hansen as the daughter and the mother are just marvelous, and Stefan Espinosa, who is Vanessa's real-life husband, is also there, and their chemistry on stage is just beautiful to watch together. As usual, Stefan gets to do the comedy relief, and he's expert at it. He always has been.
This is, every a show with serious themes like this, you have to have that comedic foil to kind of break the tension once in a while. But if it's not done right, it actually ratchets up the tension for the audience, right? Because now they're feeling awkward for the comedic relief that has not succeeded.
The audience eats out of the palm of Stefan's hands. That's all there is to it. He's good at anything he does. He's marvelous in the Fantastics. That's the beauty of this scaled-down shows that they're doing here. The Festival Opera wasn't able to go out and do auditions nationwide like they usually do, so they invited veteran performers who've got a track record here in to fill these roles, and they're all marvelous. That's all you can say about them.
I definitely feel like they've done a great job of production choices in this. No, I mean, knowing they were going to be in a smaller venue probably, forced them in certain directions. But there's still some risks that they've taken here. The Festival Opera at large, which is what they're known for, and for taking risks and having them pay off is what they're known for. But then they've also got the for sure's, the ones they know are going to be hits with the audience, like the Fantastics. And I don't. Would you classify I Do as in that same category? Because it's better known, but not here.
Well,
not in most areas.
I Do was. I like plays by Harvey Schmidt and Tom Jones. The Fantastics is fantastic.
Yeah.
They also did 110 in the Shade, which is a musical version of the play The Rainmaker.
Yeah.
I Do is the little brother of those shows. It played for about 500 performances in the late 1960s on Broadway. It survives on the basis of star power. The original show, Mary Martin played the lead role. She was later replaced by Carol Lawrence.
It's almost as if something starts to pick up its own momentum. At a certain point, it gets popular enough that it then has a lifespan that's going to go on for a while, even if it's not the best.
Well, it's a perfect show for a small theater, a regional theater. I mean, you've got a 4-poster bed on the middle of an empty stage. It can be that simple.
Sure.
it's a one-shot deal. That set stays there for the entire show.
Sure.
But it's risky because you've got two people and that's it. They've got to perform. They've got to deliver, and they've got a fairly challenging role that they have to play because they have to go from being newlyweds in their 20s to being elderly people 50 years later. That's a difficult span. You've got the choice, do I use a couple of young people so that they are very age appropriate for the early stages of the show, and then I have to age them with makeup, or do I use older people and risk them being not entirely convincing in the early stages of the show?
I've always weighing those types of questions as a producer or a director or as an overall company, as you're putting your lineup for the summer together. Those would not be easy choices, and it's all going to come on you if you make the wrong one, right?
Well, you can always hide backstage.
That's true. Pretend you had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even here. These are fun conversations to have. Listeners, if you want to join us, you're welcome to, of course, 753-5868. Charlie Schill here in studio with us talking theater in Cache Valley. We started out with his 5 must-sees for the summer theater season here in Cache Valley. We've just run through some of the openings at the Utah Festival that we didn't get to last week, including, as Charlie's mentioned here, the Fantastics and 33 Variations. Souvenir we talked about last week, definitely on Charlie's must-see list there, as you heard. And we'll be back, round things out with what you can get out and do this weekend, right after this.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology is Cache Valley's most trusted name in hearing aid technology. Schedule a free consultation with Dr. Paul Daines by calling 753-HEAR or visit cachehearing.com.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Connect. It's what we do and where we go. We connect with people at home or at work, online or in person. Everyone needs connecting. At CVTD, we are committed to helping our community connect by providing a service for you, a service that gives some the independence that they otherwise might not have. Our employees are here to connect you with the people and places that matter most through our services and through our values. Learn more at cvtdbus.org.
This is Sweetwater Window Cleaning. Summer is here, and so are all the activities. Why not have us take care of the window cleaning for you? I'm sure you've got plenty on your to-do list already. And let's face it, when you climb that dangerous ladder to clean your own windows, they seldom come out as good as you'd like. Let us give you the crystal clean professional results you want. Mention this ad, and we'll remove hard water for free.
Sweetwater Window Cleaning, 3636543, 3636543.
Welcome back to KVN News for the People. Wrapping up hour 2 of today's show here with our friend Charlie Schill in studio, talking theater in Cache Valley. So you've got a lot of good recommendations, starting off the hour with Charlie's 5 don't miss. But as Charlie said, there hasn't been one you shouldn't go see this summer. So you can't go wrong with whatever your schedule allows. And there are a lot of options right now as far as screenings of the Festival Opera productions, things going on through the Lyric and others. Eccles, of course, has quite a lineup that is underway as well. And so there's something out there for you, to say the least. But, Charlie, this is it's a unique theater season. I mean, nothing like last year, of course, when things had to be really just weird. But it's unique in that, these are smaller venues for the Utah Festival Opera, as we've talked about. Some bigger risks, I would even say, being taken by some of the other companies. And I was thinking about this, though. We haven't even gotten to those other more independent, or those independent, smaller companies that are out there that I know have things kind of waiting in the wings. And do you hear rumors? Is there a grapevine on this kind of stuff, or are secrets kept pretty well?
Well, the smaller companies are having a good time because they have the opportunity to fill the Eccles Theater.
Sure.
Normally, the Eccles is taken up by the Festival Opera for most of the month of July.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Festival Opera moving to their own home there in the Utah Theater, the Eccles would normally be dark. But Music Theater West has moved in, and they'll be doing Nonsense starting on the 23rd, running till the end of the month.
Wow.
Nonsense is a cute little show. It's the plot's completely inane. It's basically 6 nuns on stage performing a telethon to raise money so they can bury their fellow co-religionists. And it's hysterical.
No, that's funny.
They've got a great little promo for the show that's running on the internet where the characters all tell nun jokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, like one of the nun jokes is, how do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it.
Good advice, though. Good advice.
What's black and white and black and white and black and white and black and white? A nun rolling down a hill.
Also true.
The Music Theater West people do great work on great big main stage shows. Annie, the Music Man, great shows. But when they do those little intimate jobs, like they did Little Shop of Horrors a couple of months ago. And
oh, yeah.
They will be marvelous on Nonsense. I could just see it.
That's Little Shop of Horrors was, I think a lot of people were surprised. I don't know if they had low expectations or what, but a hit.
Great show.
Yeah.
Great little show.
This is so now with everything open at Utah Festival Opera, and we know Pickleville, I know, announced their lineup very early this year. As you mentioned, Eccles has a full schedule and a calendar there on their website. We do still have some openings coming, though, right? There's
right now the only two scheduled are Nonsense and Spamalot.
Those are the two official. Okay, so we shouldn't expect any surprises. Any
not local.
Okay.
The Utah Shakespeare Festival has just opened. How long that will last is anybody's guess because Iron County is under a high COVID threat again.
Yeah, it was strange. Iron County and Box Elder County, I was surprised.
And I heard the other day that the state has shut down the Tuacahn Amphitheater.
Yeah, which is strange. It's an outdoor, yeah.
The problem is damage from some kind of a storm.
Oh, really?
As I understood it.
That is... they did have some major flooding there, didn't they?
Yeah, I was reading today that they had flooding down at the Four Corners area.
Of all places.
The Four Corners is a desert. I mean, they have flooding?
Seems like, the closer you get to Colorado and even on down to Texas, they're getting our weather that we should be getting. And instead they're getting it in like the Four Corners through Colorado and into...
St. George, too.
Yeah, St. George got slammed, and we're getting some weird wind event today that wasn't in the forecast.
Well, I heard that there's a hurricane out in the North Pacific.
That might be it.
If that comes our way,
shoving some
we
air
could get
around.
some rain, and boy, do we need it.
Bring it in.
That would also be a production I'd go see this weekend. Charlie, always a pleasure. Appreciate taking the time to do this. And for listeners, again, you can read Charlie both in regular news stories each day, but also these theater reviews at CashValleyDaily.com throughout the week. And he'll be back with us next Friday, back to regular time, 4 o'clock next Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday. Thank you. It's been one of those days, Charlie. I don't know what's wrong with me. Next Thursday, 4 o'clock regular time, Charlie will be back with us. And if other listeners out there have requests, like a listener did for this week's show, send them in, kvnuftp@gmail.com. Dave Ramsey is next here on KVNU Logan.